not working on no music, fucking with me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it ain't that I'm being lazy or not working on music. I just have to grow my network because of the way shit is with YouTube, Spotify, and the streaming. I have to have those relationships now. Instead of having a relationship with a marketing company, I got to have a relationship with a 19-year-old in Switzerland who got a playlist with 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, this shit is the world is so bugged out. And even her working with social media influencers, she shows me campaigns that she runs for big companies. You feel me? Like, I'm talking about.
I gotta have her on the show one day because I need that game to help me with my marketing, because my marketing company is gonna be about social media marketing.
That's why, like, when you reached out and to have me on this shit, I was quick with it just because I know it goes past music. You feel me? It's business and everything. So, with her, she's showing me campaigns that she's running for major companies, bruh. You have kids, dog, like in high school. You feel me? Making what a doctor makes in one day, based on the video they got to do. All they got to do is plug in a product, plug in a website, plug in a download link, and they just made a doctor's annual salary while they in their high school class.
Yeah, and like even with like kids flipping shoes and stuff like that, they making. I forgot Jet name. He probably like 17 or 18 years old now. He I think DJ Khaled was buying shoes from him. You know what I'm talking about?
Jit from New York, they ended up opening the stores.
Making millions of dollars. I'm like, and he still want to go to school. I'm like, damn, bro, you still going to school, making this money? Like, you just a regular old. I'm like, bro, now you got that light on you. You feel me? Like, but I like to see people like that. Especially like you still want to be in that place. Like, you want to be, you 16, stay 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, like.
I mean, we was, back then, most of us, I'd say, we was all on some jit shit at that point. I wish I knew what I knew now back then.
That's what I always tell people, though.
Because even back then, like, the people around me was just on some old regular hood shit. You feel me? I kind of always had more of an open mind to doing different things, doing new things, but I still got caught up in the bullshit. But I always had that open-mindedness to be like, all right, I know I can do these different things. I don't just got to follow this one route that everybody's following.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because even going back to Spotify for a second, it's illegal. The payola shit is illegal. Like, if you get caught doing payola, they'll ban your account, they'll ban your playlist, they'll ban your album.
What is that payola?
Like how the radio payola used to work back in the day, where the labels would pay the radio stations to play your shit.
Oh, okay. So they do that. They do that on streaming services.
Hell yeah, they do that. But now, I mean, like, the FCC for radio, they made that illegal. So the loophole that niggas was using back in the day was, I'm not gonna pay you 20 racks to play my record, but you got your annual radio show with all these these headliners you want me to play, or or you want the major label artists to play. I'm signed to Universal. Y'all want me to play? Universal's gonna be like, y'all want him to perform? Y'all gotta play his records. Or if I don't got clout like that, hey, we'll buy y'all. We'll donate 100,000 to a charity and give y'all the name on that.
You think that's why iHeartRadio went bankrupt?
I mean, I don't know what kind of shady practices they was doing, but the thing that shit caught me off guard when I seen iHeartRadio, because their branding was so on point, dog. Yeah. Like nobody, like back in the day when it was Cox and Clear Channel, if you wasn't doing music or in the music business, you ain't know what none of that shit was. You feel me? But iHeartMedia took that business entity and made it into a brand, which I thought was raw. You feel me? I saw the other week that they was going bankrupt, but I haven't looked into it. I don't know what caused that, but it's crazy to me.
Me and my fiance were talking about that today, and I told her they probably spent too much money
on marketing.
Yeah, marketing had to be, because you gotta think about it. Like, for example, like you are radio, you're a brand, you got thousands and thousands of radio stations that technically you have to pay to keep them open. You feel me?
They were Cox or Clear Channel. I forgot which one, and they rebranded themselves.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So might have just went overboard. I want to read into it, and I want to see what happened.
Yeah, what happened, because the podcast on iHeartRadio.
You know what? Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, even my own music is on iHeart, the streaming app. Yeah. The podcast, they're all on iHeart. So they knew to adapt and not just be terrestrial radio. You feel me? Because honestly, nobody listens to that shit. And we gonna be real. People like labels use it as like a billboard at this point. Yeah, like that billboard is gonna cost you 10 racks.
Yeah.
And people gonna see it, but they're not really being conscious of it. To me, the radio's the same shit. People hear it on their way to work, on their way to school, but you're not really conscious to what it is.
Yeah, I was saying that too. I said people won't really listen to radio like that no more. You got
You
podcasters, you got iTunes, Spotify to listen to music.
People listening to Breakfast Club and Ricky Smiley and paying attention to that, becoming part of that as opposed to the music. I feel the music's the least important shit in that whole mix. So I thought like the fact that there was even coexisting with streaming and putting themselves in that field, I was like, all right, they figured out the formula, but I don't know what the fuck happened, bro.
I don't know, man. But
I want to read into that shit.
Yeah, because I seen that. I'm like, $20 million. What was it, $20 million?
25 million. Yeah, I seen the headline, but I ain't read up on it. But going back to the streaming, that same payola system happens in streaming. It's illegal. Like I said, if you get found out, they shut your shit down. But the reality of it is that it does happen to the point where before Spotify really became what it is now, you know, all these playlists that you see with 100,000, 250,000, 500,000 followers, these kids was on that. I mean, they're not all kids, but these people was on that before Spotify became popping like that. So they had an account back in 2011, 2012. They had their playlist they've been building up. You know, switching out songs, putting in songs for the past 6-7 years. Once the label see how much streaming actually became what it is, which they wasn't expecting it to. I don't think anybody was really.
Nah, nobody was.
They started buying out these playlists. So now, you know, you have the in-house Spotify playlists like Rap Caviar and Discover, you know, Music Friday, shit like that, Discover Weekly, that's Spotify. That's like level 1. That's the top, dog. You on that, you on your way. Below that are the label-owned playlists. But the slick shit is that they don't call it like a Universal playlist or a Sony playlist. They create their own subsidy companies. And they become now a network of playlists. So you have Topsify, for example. I forgot who they belong to. But they're like a network of, let's say, 15, 20 playlists. All those playlists are just the artists that are signed to that label.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So that's level 2, let's say, right? Now me, indie, I'm coming in. I'm like, man, I need to get on this shit. So I found the curator person, because you know it's linked to the Facebook profile. Like if you look at the playlist and you see the person who's on it, I'm giving up game. I don't give a fuck, bro. Like we all in the same.
You got it.
I ain't one of them people that don't keep the secrets. You could go on, search that name on Facebook or on Twitter or IG and find them and holler at them, because you can't message on Spotify. You used to be able to back in the day, but
they
now,
changed that up.
Yeah, now you got to go outside and do your communication. She told me holler at this email, holler at this person, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, bet. And I look at the email, I see it said so-and-so at YouMusic. I'm like, YouMusic, what the fuck is it? YouMusic.net. So I typed it into Google to see like if there was a company or some shit. YouMusic is the email address that Universal uses.
Wow.
So I'm like, alright, fuck it. Hey, I'm ER30. Like, I do all my own shit, bro. I do my own emails. I do my own communication. You feel me? Like, I'm a one-man band with this shit. So I go, I holler at them. And when they reply, I saw the signature of the email had Universal Records on it. So I'm chopping it up with the lady. I'm like, hey, what's up with getting Any Given Sunday onto this playlist? And she was like, yeah, for independent artists such as yourself, she was like, that goes for $2,500 for every 5 weeks.
Wow.
So there's you know, like I told you, nothing's organic, nothing is an accident. You know, now you're going down one level more, which is the independent curators, independent playlists. So it's like kids in Switzerland, a kid in Wisconsin somewhere that be on that shit all day. He managed to get his shit popping. Some of them will add it for free if they fuck with your music, you know, just on the love. A lot of them will charge you $20, $50, $100, like you know, depending on how much clout they have, how many followers they got, how interactive their crowd is and shit. They even break it down to where you could pay to be on the top 10, top 5, top 3, number 1. Like, it ain't none of this shit an accident, bro.
It's crazy, man. You think, because I look at Pandora as like a bridge to streaming.
They on their way out. Though.
Yeah, because remember Pandora was like the new wave for radio. Like you could just go with somebody, artist, whatever, and then like they'll play the artist music, but then they'll play like someone who's close to the artist, whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like with Pandora, they kind of on their way up. I feel like the only way Pandora could say they sell if they turn into like iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. They also allow like podcasting to go in there. For podcasting, the new thing, the new wave, and the playlists and stuff like that. So I feel like they'll I don't know.
The problem with I ain't never really used Pandora like that, but to me, it was raw at first because they kind of took the radio format and they brought it into the streaming world, but they ain't really adapt. It's still like you can't control what's gonna play, right?
Yeah.
Like it's random. Now you have Spotify, Apple, Last FM, iHeart for now, where you could control what you want, when you want it, who you want to listen to. You know what I'm saying? Even if now, like when I talk with marketing people and I talk to people like in the industry, they even tell me like, yo, like we're noticing, because Spotify is all data. You feel me? So how much your song pops ain't based on who you are, how like raw the song is, how trash the song is. It's based on data, on graphs now, because everything's an algorithm now. You feel me? So they'll say straight up, like people don't even look for an artist no more.
They don't.
They look for a mood. They look for a vibe.
It's like they stock the change. Like they look at the data that's from this person and stuff, and they attack it. What I'm saying?
That's how they determine who they gonna put on what playlist. On the Spotify ran shit. You feel me? Like if you get up to like, I think they told me it was 5,000 to 10,000 streams like in a certain amount of time, they'll start throwing you onto people's Discover Weekly. From there you'll go into Daily Radar or whatever that shit, new music radar.
Yeah.
But it's all based on the data that they're getting. So at the same time, you have the people, how people used to do a few years back with YouTube and SoundCloud, that they was buying the fake plays. Spotify can see that off rip. The moment somebody hit a bot or a click farm hits play, they know.
That's crazy.
So they put like a little star next to your shit, like this is bullshit. This is gonna get 20,000 plays, but we're not gonna do nothing with that because that's bullshit.
Yeah. So they could tell, like,
it's great technology, bro. That's why, going back to what you were saying earlier, I'm definitely always looking for shit outside of the music. Because I'm interested in business, I'm interested in technology, I'm interested in shit that could change the way shit works. For the better, of course. I ain't trying to finesse nothing or pull off no lick or nothing.
Sometimes you have to cut corners, but like I always say, like, do it the smart way. Like it's like being a critical thinker. Like, exactly. Like playing football or something like that. Like you quarterback, head coach, you trying to get this touchdown. You're our formation, but let's do some tricky shit. What I'm saying? Get out of mind, go into another element to get where I want to be at. But still you have to have the same mindset. Like you gotta be focused. You gotta be a go-getter. You gotta be consistent. You gotta.
I'll give you a perfect example for you, right? This is a for worse scenario, for worse example, right? With DJing, bro, like DJs went from having to load up vinyl, carry that shit everywhere, carry it back off when you're done. You know what I'm saying? To Serato. Then now. We done went from where you could just store all your shit in the MP3s on Serato, on hard drives. People call themselves DJs. They ain't never spun a record in their life, bro. All they got is an aux cable. They hit play on their playlist.
Man.
Just hit the air horn, the pause.
Because when I came in, I ain't carry the vinyls and stuff like that. But
that was way back.
But like with me, like start off with the computer and things like that. And then you had Serato. Then I wanted to get the hardware. But now, like you could just go on your phone. I feel like that's more cheating than when I was doing.
To me, that's what I'm saying. It's like a for worse situation
because I still had to look for music. Like I still had to go in my emails and stuff like that.
People learn how to DJ. Even on Serato, you still have to know how to. DJ.
You still have to learn.
The art and the talent. Technology's made it to where people don't give a fuck about that shit. People are like, all right, I could just put these songs together the night before, hit play, and just vibe out, drink, smoke,
Yeah.
fuck, you know, with the people in the crowd and
Yeah.
shit, and the people in the crowd partying anyway. So technology